spoke to you yesterday.
Yes, you did.
And what position or title you guys hold, please?
I'm an assistant principal.
Assistant principal?
I'm an assistant principal as
Assistant
well.
principal?
And I'm dean of students at House too.
Oh, okay. And
Miss Helen Pinella is the principal. She's not present. She's out sick.
Well, it is so ironic, right, that for the first time that the principal, Miss Helen Pinella, is not there. And also, this is the first time that the superintendent actually showed up at the school. Is in the notes and everything that I've said. For over 6 months, I've been trying to get the superintendent. And also, for the past 2 weeks since the incident happened on the 14th of May, I've been trying to get the superintendent and I've been calling the office every day. Now, thank God for the elected officials. If you guys were not involved, I'm telling you this right now, the superintendent would have never been present and Miss Helen Pinella, the principal, would have never been out sick. I'm telling you this. This woman is a rules with an iron fist, and it comes back to everything what I'm telling you guys. It is a cover-up. Now, this morning when we got there, the superintendent was in the office, the principal office, having a conversation with the three individuals that, so she was already prepping them on what to say, what to do, and all of these things. So basically, you know what I mean, they all colluded to do what they're doing. This is trying to be a big cover up, but I'm going to bring it out. And as we go on, you're going to see all the flaws in the system that I'm talking about. Again, the principal is absent, sick. It's unheard of. I mean, it's strange because she's the Iron Lady. She ruled with an iron fist. And, you know what I mean, the first time, and you're going to hear the superintendent is going to say, it's the first time she actually come in. She never turned up. And you never get to speak to her.
okay, and I'm not sure. I was trying to get into what we was talking about yesterday, and the teacher that is involved, or the
She's the
students.
physical education. Now, they don't come to this hearing. This is
Oh, okay.
this is where you get to hear the statements.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
his daughter is welcome to be here because her dad is here,
Yeah.
and she's welcome to give her
Her
voice
statement,
and
yeah.
her.
Now, as you can hear, um, Dr. Reverend Albert Andrew saying that what we spoke about yesterday. Now, yesterday, that would have been the 29th of May, that the superintendent offered to have a meeting with us. And it was ironic that at that meeting, the superintendent had no facts. She had no information of what is going on. So she's keeping a meeting with me with no information, as Dr. Andrews would have said. The public advocate was also in the conversation that the superintendent really had no information. So I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean, you're hosting a meeting with me, like it's a setup just to say that you have this meeting with me. Now, if the public advocate and the reverend wasn't on the phone with me, then they say would have just slipped under the carpet, because at the end of the conversation you're gonna hear she still haven't addressed the issue of I was called an angry black man in the office. She still didn't look into that. She still didn't, you know what I mean? Now, after this, all this meeting and every single thing, you know what I mean? Now she's gonna try to do an investigation, even though I made I made a statement at her. I gave a statement at her office on the 15th of May. I protest out to the side of the school. She knows all of that. She's still, you know what I mean, behaving as if like she don't know anything that happens. So you know me, it's something that I really don't know what to say, and basically, you know me, it's mind-boggling, so to speak.
Yes,
Okay.
but the other students, their parents are not
Not
here,
That's understandable.
so
So they can't be.
so they can't be
yes.
here. However, we have their statements.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
No
we can start that way.
No
We'll start
problem.
with the school explaining what happened on that day.
Mm-hmm.
Read the statements. And then Mr. Mediskin could say
Sure.
what he shared, and if his daughter wants to come, if he wants her to be
Yes, I would
present.
like her to be here.
Okay.
So-
I can arrange to go have her.
Brilliant, thank you.
So just for formality purposes, we're gonna turn an attendance sheet. This is just to say that we are here.
No problem.
I'm happy for that attendance sheet. The reason being is that the other two previous meeting, I would like to know if the school can produce that attendance sheet so I can see all who were there in the meeting before and now. So I welcome this attendance sheet because as this, I hope the attendance sheet is not misplaced. I really hope so.
So
Yes.
we also, if Kanusha's going to be here to speak also, we're gonna have her sign because we want her to be part of the meeting.
That's
We
absolutely.
want the students' voice to be here because ultimately we wanna be able to support her as well, okay?
She's already done. Oh, great.
This is hypocritical of you saying that, of it is being said that you want to support Kanusha when the punishment is 3 days suspension. And as we go along, you're going to hear what the 3 day suspension is. So you want to support Kanusha, you issue your 3 day suspension without even hearing what she had to say. That's one. And also, you say you want to support Kanusha, and you know what I mean? You lied on her. I'm gonna say lie because the facts is gonna show just now. All right? I'm gonna say lie because the facts is gonna show.
Tense in the room, trying to get everybody to lighten up.
This tense in the room because this is how I'll be treated when I come when I get here.
We're going to hear
You know what I
what's
mean?
going on, and then we can go from there.
Just to let you know, there's a young lady that's sitting out there. Every day when I come to the office to pick up my daughter, because I come here like about 4 to 5 times a week to pick up my daughter most of the time. And when I come there, the girl that is waiting on the back, or the lady that is at the desk that asks for if we getting through, right? She never look at me, but if somebody else comes in, she get up and tends to them. That's a daily something.
All right,
That's what I'm saying to you.
Something else.
Yeah.
We're going to try and deal with what is presented here once again.
Yeah.
That's all.
Now, the same day of the meeting, the 30th, I went back. I have a video recording this time of the same young lady that I spoke about that don't tend to me. When I got there this time, maybe the superintendent had a word with her. She literally got up and goes inside a room. And somebody had to come out of the room to attend to me with my daughter. I have it recorded. I have a live recording of it on the same day that we had the meeting with the superintendent that I raised this, the 30th. I went back to pick up my daughter, and I have a video recording. She got up, went in the room, somebody from in the room came out and tended to me.
So what church do you pastor?
Redemption Community World Ministry Inc. I'm also chaplain with the New York City Transit, and I'm also a chaplain with the United Nations Canadian Chaplaincy Association. That's my chaplain badge from Transit, and this
Did
is
you work
who I-
for Transit or you
33, almost 34. Yeah, I retired 2 years ago. That's my
Good for
30th.
you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's an
It's been
accomplishment.
well, you know.
To be able to retire is an accomplishment.
Yeah, you worked for the city for a long time. You know, when I first came in to the city, it was 3062, I think it was, for retirement. So
Oh, 3062.
when I first came in 89, it was 3062, and I thought that I was going to do,
Bring her in.
and I said I was going to do 30 years and out. And it wasn't until somebody said, "How long you been working here now, Andrews?" And I said, I want to do 30 and get out. You know, but then Tier 4 was bought into a 25,
Good
50,
morning.
5-year plan.
But
So now you
Yes,
can go out
sir.
at 25, 55. So, you know, I started as a token booth clerk, and I became a conductor. Then I drove the train, and then I became a supervisor. So I left as a supervisor. So 30, almost 34 years. Yeah. Okay.
That's an accomplishment.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it was 2055?
When I first started, it was 3062. Then we negotiated, and we working toward 25-55 for tier 4. And then we was able, to buy back those years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there was the new people that came in at 25-55. So I just broke out after 33 years. I had enough.
Only 33.
Hi, Kanusha. I'm Superintendent Hidalgo. Nice to meet you.
Hey, young lady, what's going on? Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Now,
So we're here today to discuss an incident that occurred on May 14th in physical education class involving Kanusha and another student.
oh,
Dean Woolvogel will present to us what we found as a result of our investigation.
On 5/14/24, during sixth period, physical education class, the teacher reported that sixth grade male student told her that sixth grade female student, Kanusha Meadows King, put her hands around his neck. The sixth grade male student stated, Kanusha never likes losing, and we were winning. But the other team got the point, and she was running around, trash talking, and saying bad words. She lied down and put her hands on her head. I then helped her up. She went into the argument with the refs because they were talking about the point. I just let.
Well, trash talking, that's a no-no. We don't trash talk. Bad word, I'm not swearing for my daughter. But me, Andy Meadows King, 53 years old, I've never used a bad word. There is nobody that can tell me they heard me use a bad word in my life. Not even my kids, not even my wife, and we're married for more than 25 years. We don't use those words in our house. We don't use the N, the B, yo. No, there is certain things is not in our vocabulary in this house. Because I raise my kids. My daughter is not like the average African American child that they can align her with. We don't speak that way. We speak a certain way. And anybody that knows me worldwide, they know my kids speak certain ways. There are certain things that we don't say. So I know this was a makeup because don't matter where my daughter is at, don't matter where I send her, don't matter who I send her to, how many coaches, they always say, my daughter speak properly. Again, I'm not picking up for her. But bad word, no, my daughter would not use bad word. Those things that they say, she say, no, that's not my daughter. I can assure that.
She then came back and choked me with both hands for like 3 seconds. I couldn't breathe in the beginning for like 3 seconds. It hurt at the moment. I told her that I was going to tell the teacher. Right after she begged me not to, I still did. Physical education teacher stated, during sixth period physical education class 6A2, male student said to me, Kanusha put her hands around my neck. I asked him to demonstrate. He put both hands around his neck. Kanusha got angry and said to me, I don't know what the big deal is. I apologize and there is no mark on his neck. I responded, but you put your hands on him. Then she said, while banging her hand into the palm of her other hand, but there was no mark and I apologize. She continued to slam her hands together and said, why are you getting me in trouble? Kanusha kept pleading for me not to report this. I said I have to speak to the dean to see how to proceed. A witness stated, so what happened was that Kanusha got mad at the ref's choice and stated, and started, I'm sorry, I'm reading sixth grade writing, and started to choke because the ref's decisions. She saw the student and started choking him because he was right next to her.
Now, you heard a statement from the child. And as you go along, you're going to hear I ask questions. Now, my daughter is the captain of the team. She is with the referee at the time. The young man alleged she choked him. And listen to the statement that he wrote. Where is the referee? You're going to hear I asking where is the referee because she was, as they're saying that the referee gave the point and my daughter was upset with the referee at that time. So how come the referee did not see my daughter choking the young man when the referee gave the point and as the statement is saying that my daughter was upset at the decision by the referee? And you're going to hear more than one time I asked, what did the referee say? How come the referee didn't see anything? if my daughter was discussing with the referee and the referee was there, this whole thing makes no sense. It's all a make-up story. Make-up.
So that's the information that we received
All
from.
right. Now, I have there's some discrepancies in that, Pastor Andrews, and I'm going to jump in here first. Now, they said a ref was there, right? They said a ref was there.
Ref is
That's
the teacher.
So I
yes.
can-
The ref. Just a minute. You had your time.
Wait,
We're
All right.
actually not.
we're not
done yet.
finished,
All right,
let them
okay.
finish.
All right, go ahead,
and
go ahead.
then we could-
So in our physical education class, we use the sports ed model, which is all student-driven education. So what happens is that when we do our grouping of the students come together, they choose a captain, they choose a co-captain. I believe you're one of the captains, correct, Kanusha? One of the captains, and then we also choose a referee because we're trying to give each student a job to take the education into their own hands and learn that problem solving and that develop the effective domain. So during the game, if there is, please correct me if I'm wrong as well, if I'm missing a piece. During the game, if there's a discrepancy in the point, was it in, was it out, did they touch the net, all those things, we allow the students, the two students to come together, one from each team, to discuss and talk about how to proceed forward. So those referees are students that are understanding of the game, they have all those testing and all those rules that are at their hands. So those two students came to the net from what I'm understanding. They came to the net, they were discussing, they proceeded forward with whatever the call was. Kanusha then turned around from what I'm understanding and visualizing it. She turned around, she got mad at the call, and then she put her hands around the other student's neck.
So, Dean Woolvogel had asked Kanusha to present her side of the story, and Kanusha presented Dean Woolvogel with a statement saying that she would not speak to us about it.
that's not true. No.
But Andy,
We can show you
That's
the
not
letter
true.
that
That's not
she
true.
gave
That's not
us.
true. The Fifth Amendment, couldn't you produce to them?
okay, that's understandable. Okay.
Right. So not what he said.
So,
It's okay.
All
Okay.
right.
just to give you, just so
Yeah.
you have
Yes.
this, because this is what was get handed to me.
Yes.
Kanusha was not in school the next 2 days, so when she did come back to school, I did have her come to my office, and I asked her to write her statement.
She said she pleaded the fifth, so that's okay. You just read the statement from the student
Correct.
that was involved. So now, since she pleaded the fifth, then she has to make her statement now, so we can hear her side of the
All
story.
right. Good. Cool.
We heard his side, so now we would like to hear your side. All right. So tell us what happened.
So when I was playing volleyball,
You guys speak louder.
Mm-hmm. I was playing a game. We were winning. It was our point. I got the point. It was our team's point. We were happy. We were actually congratulating because we were about to win the game in general. We had 24 points. We're about to have one more point for 25, so we won the whole game. As a congratulation thing, I gave him a hug.
You giving a hug? Like, where's the hug?
Like a hug like this. Like that hug. And he said that, oh, you choked me, I'm gonna tell the teacher. I said, what did I do? I didn't do anything, I just gave you a hug. I said, what am I doing to you? I just gave you a hug. He then proceeded to walk to the teacher and told the teacher what happened. The teacher asked me, did I do it? I said, no, miss, I didn't do it. I just gave him a hug. I didn't do anything, miss. I gave him a hug. And then she said, oh, I'm gonna tell the dean and it's gonna get involved. I said, okay, I just gave him a hug. That's it.
Now, Kanusha talk right now, as the teacher is present there. So you're trying to tell me now that the teacher is present, right, Mr. Andrews, and my daughter, the teacher didn't observe that my daughter choked this child. Only the child observed. Only the child. No, the teacher is a referee. Is the point. So at no time did the teacher recognize what went wrong. That's what you guys trying to tell me here today, that the teacher did not recognize that, the teacher didn't see that.
Okay. I listened to his story, and this is the first time I'm hearing both sides of the story, right? So we at a dilemma right now where one child is saying that child was choked with both hands, and we have another child who actually is demonstrating how she hugged him, right? So we're actually at a crosswalk. So
There's some
So-
statements.
There are
from-
multiple
yeah,
statements.
I'm not saying no.
No,
I'm
no,
saying
no,
I'm just
sir.
going from both statements. I'm going to hear everything else. So I said I'm at a crosswalk because one child said he took him with both hands, the other child said so and so. Now I'm asking, are there actually witnesses to the event that took place? Because you know when we have young children involved in things, it's always he say, she say. So now you're going to present it something as you said.
Yes. So I have two witness statements that saw what happened. I can't give you the names.
No, I
but-
don't expect that.
So it's stated here that during PE we are playing, again, this is sixth grade writing, so please
Yeah.
bear with me. During PE we are playing volleyball. My team was losing, so this is also from a perspective of a member on the team that was across the net. My team was losing. My team was mad that we were losing. The student and Kanusha were yelling over the small mistake, and then I saw Kanusha put her hand around the students and choke him. And when she finally let go, the student went to Miss Lang. So that was the first one.
Before you read the second one, where was Miss Lang? Wasn't she the referee?
Miss Lang was
No,
not
sir.
the referee,
No.
so we used
Okay,
again.
all right,
Two
good. So,
students.
okay, so the referee didn't see what happened.
The referee are students.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
yeah, I know that. But did the referee see what happened?
So when an incident typically occurs, sir, we get multiple perspectives because
No.
as-
That's not the question.
If I
Because
might-
if the referee, just a minute, the referee is looking at the game, the point.
Yes,
The
sir.
referee is supposed to see what happens.
Correct.
Okay.
So if I may finish, if that's
Yeah.
okay. So the incident didn't necessarily happen at the point. The refs were discussing the point. Typically, in an investigation, when an incident occurs, we ask the students who was around, and we speak to the students who were in the immediate vicinity, so we can get multiple perspectives. Because to his point, there's one child's version, another child's version, and somewhere in the middle is what actually occurred.
Now, as you heard, what a cover up. The referee looking at the game. The referee looking at the game. You're trying to tell me the referee didn't see anything. So this teacher is trying to tell us that the referee is discussing a point. When the point was discussed with my daughter, and in the statement said the point, and my daughter put her hands around the young man's neck and choke him. So I'm trying to figure out, these are all children. There is a fight about to take place, right? There wouldn't be yelling, screaming. It wouldn't be the attention of everybody. These are kids. From the minute, I go all over the place. And from minute kids ready to fight, the first thing you hear is fight, fight. That thing would have, the teacher would have had to run out from wherever she's at to come to the court if there was any physical altercation. That's just how it works with children. Now, the teacher is trying to convince me, or whatever, who is trying to convince, that the ref was discussing a point somewhere else. Now, how could a ref be somewhere else when the game is playing? How could my daughter and the young man be somewhere else when they're playing a game on the court on the same team? How could they be somewhere else? I don't understand what this teacher is trying to say and cover up. The referee discussed the point, award the point as they're claiming to the other team, so the point go against my daughter team. The ref did not see anything. I'm keep asking that question.
Okay, so in the initial accounting, we can reread Ms. Walbrook's initial accounting. We do have an account from the adult. Once the student spoke to the physical education teacher and her interaction with Kanusha, which is not in line, because you said that you told the teacher you gave him a hug when you spoke to the teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not what we have from the adult's perspective. When the adult spoke to Kanusha initially, I don't think the teacher
Yeah.
mentioned a hug
Reread
at
it.
all in her statement.
The teachers, or do you want me to continue with the
teachers.
students? Just give me one
Just
second.
so that we're all on the same page.
Sure.
Okay. So during sixth period physical education class 6A2, sixth grade male student said to me, Kanusha put her hands around my neck. I asked him to demonstrate. He put both his hands around his neck. I called Kanusha over to me and I asked, what is going on? Kanusha said to me, you called me. I said to Kanusha, why am I calling you? Kanusha got angry and said to me, I don't know what the big deal is. I apologize. And there is no mark on his neck. I responded with, but you put your hands on him. She then, while banging one hand into her other hand, in the palm of her other hand, but there's no mark and I apologize. I asked Kanusha why this happened. She was angry and frustrated about a play that happened during the game. I responded, that doesn't matter. What should you have done? You were all told to come over to me if there was a problem that the referees could not work out. Kanusha's response was, but I said I was sorry and there was no mark. Then she said, please don't get me in trouble. And I said, I'm not getting you in trouble. You put your hands on someone else. Kanusha continued to slam her hands together, saying, why are you trying to get me in trouble? Kanusha kept pleading for me not to report this, and I said that I need to speak to the dean to see how to proceed. I asked Kanusha to sit down on the bleachers multiple times, and she responded, I don't need to sit, I don't want to sit. I told her again, Kanusha, I need you to sit down. Her response changed to, I want to go to the bathroom, I need you to go to the bathroom, you cannot deny me from going to the bathroom. I finally was able to get Kanusha to sit momentarily while I settled down the class. Then I allowed Kanusha to use the bathroom. Then I made Miss Wobble aware of the situation. Ms. Wobble.
Well, here we are again. The teacher that was not there giving a statement. I'm okay with that. The one question I'm asking, where is the statement from the referee? You want me to rely on a hearsay statement from the teacher that was not in the vicinity when the referee statement would be much more accurate because they're officiating the game. You get a statement from a child on the opposing team, you get a statement from the young man, but there's no statement from the referee. All I'm asking, a statement from the referee. What did the referee see? So you're putting a case together. The teacher was not there. In your comments before, you said the teacher's not there, is a student, all kind of things you said. But then you are bringing the teacher's statement who didn't see anything for me to believe when she did not see. So the teacher is like me. I wasn't there. The teacher wasn't there. I can go from what my daughters just said to you guys. No, the teacher is seeing something totally different. No, she was not there, period. And I'm asking a simple question. What did the referee see? Why is it the referee is not saying anything? It was a point that the referee gave to the other team. How come the referee didn't see anything? The teacher said the referee was discussing a point. Listen to me, man. This whole thing, you guys be the judge who's listening to this. Where is the referee? What did the referee see? I'm going to continue to ask the question. The teacher was not there, and the teacher is giving their account. You're bringing the teacher who was not there into your account. The person that was there, the referee, you're not saying what the referee saw. The referee, what did the referee see? Again, the teacher said that my daughter said about going to the bathroom, and the way that the teacher said my daughter don't speak that way to adults. My daughter don't speak that way to adults. That I can tell you. No time would my daughter speak that rude to adults. She's an athlete, and she's not allowed to speak to adults in a certain way. If you could, anywhere you go with my daughter, she'll call an adult uncle or auntie. That's how all my kids were raised. So that's what the teacher's saying there. My daughter, don't speak like that. Even to my 18-year-old daughter, don't speak like that. So in that rude and no, my daughter don't speak like that. All right. Before Mr. Andrews, before that. Now, this is what happened, right? On the same day when I got the phone call from this gentleman, I came to the office. I was almost 2 minutes away. And I told the principal in his presence that I need my daughter to come out of physical education in his presence. And right there when I'm exchanging words with the principal and telling her the reason why she called me an angry black man, he heard it. She said I'm angry. And if he denied that, that's something else. Now, the same way that I am related to the principal, why I need my daughter out of the physical education program, the principal said that I'm angry. Now, remember, that's the teacher perspective, and that's the way that you're being perceived. Now, they're playing a game, right? There's a lot of adrenaline going on. I'm a coach. You do sports. When you're doing sports, there's a lot of adrenaline going on. You guys are not coaches, so you guys won't understand.
She's a coach.
Right? So when there's adrenaline going on, right, and it's hype, you're winning a game, you know it's difficult for you to calm down. You know what I'm saying, right? To sit down and all of these things. So the notion of what the teacher is saying, I'm listening, and I deal with a lot of these cases, right? You're being perceived as angry, right? You know what I mean? You're knocking your hand, you're doing this, whatever. You're perceived as angry. I was in here just talking to the principal. When she tell me that, why you, this is the first thing, why are you so angry? I'm like, excuse me? What did you just say? I'm angry because I'm telling you that that I need my daughter out of the physical education program because this is the only time that I get called from the school. I'm already being perceived as angry. So you could imagine this young lady, right? And if this young man said that the principal didn't say that, well, we have a bigger problem here right now, right?
So,
No, hold just a minute, right? So I'm saying now that this is all he say, she say, he say, she say, right? Because if the referee who is there in the game, right? Because the last time of the incident, I'm talking from my personal experience at this school, the last time of the incident, right? Right? There are adults in the room with a child alone, right? And we know how manipulative that can be. Like what happened to my daughter the last time, they make you feel as if you do something wrong. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's the reason why when I spoke to City Council Francisco Moya office, I plead with them for any meeting with my daughter, an adult and a neutral person must be present. That's why we're here now. That's why I send it out to the public advocate, the city council member, and every single body. Because the way how this school is run and how things is being perceived. Now, hold on. There are so many fights in this school, and this is at the bus stop, right? So many different. No, my daughter don't know about that. Just a minute, Mr. Andrews. Let me highlight some things. There's so many fights that goes on in this school. The children on the bus talks about it all the time. So many fights. I don't know if those fights are being reported. The young man that head was slammed into the glass. All of these things that goes on in the school, right?
I need you to stay focused, though.
I am focused. I am focused. Yes, I am. I am focused. I am focused. I am. Yes, but it comes back to one.
No,
It
but
comes
right
back to
now
one.
it's one
Right? Yes, but
specific incident.
I understand that.
It's the one that happened on the
Relax for a second. Relax for a second.
Yeah. Mom, did he ever make the call?
Yes,
Okay.
yes I did. I'm on it.
I'm on it. Okay, you're on it because I was explaining to the superintendent, right? Because nobody gets onto the superintendent, and it's a whole cover up thing at the school.
Right.
So nobody gets onto the superintendent, but since these elected officials come in, you get onto the superintendent. So because I was telling this, but the superintendent is the supervisor. She come from a different office. So because what I was saying to her is that, like y'all explained to me, the amount of fights that happen in the school. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I don't know. What I mean, like, what is your take about the school? About, like your experience?
Me, fights that they had in the school. Like nothing involving her, just the fights all throughout
That's
the
the part.
school.
Because
Yeah.
with my daughter, there's nothing involving her. But it's the amount of fights that they have
Right.
in the school.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that if your black daughter get involved, how they blow it up, right? They want to send you all of these things, but then you're wondering all these other fights with these white and thing
Yeah,
kids.
what's going on with
What's
that?
going on with
yeah,
that?
with the one that bashed the glass.
Glass,
Yeah,
yes, the one that bashed the glass. Because I was
true.
telling the superintendent, you know what I mean, I want if you get a report with a child that bashed the child head into the glass, right? You understand what I'm saying to you? Because,
That is true.
you know what I mean, as again, it's not what is involving our daughters.
Right.
It's just
General.
a general,
Yeah.
the things that goes on in the school
Right.
that, you know what I mean,
They
you're
cover
concerned.
up.
They
Yeah.
cover up.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
The cover up.
I
correct.
totally get it. I totally
You
get
understand what I'm
it.
saying? It's the
That,
cover.
yeah, I totally get it. So, as hopefully 7th grade could be a little something. Those that stay on them, don't let up.
Yeah, because that's why I'm staying on them because it's like
You gotta keep your foot on their neck.
yeah, you gotta keep your foot on, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yep.
That's why I tell you, you know me, let your voice be heard, you know me, make a complaint and so on, because we need to, we need to know what they are doing with all of these fights
Right.
in the school,
Right.
right? You know what I mean, and I mean not like no just touching, like literal
Yeah.
fights that
yeah,
goes on.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying
Yeah.
to you? And then if our children just, you know what I mean, just do something simple, they want to just,
Exactly like how they chastised the kids for the school bus. And
Yes.
they didn't know nothing about the school bus being damaged and stuff. Well, y'all better get cameras and do your own job and figure out what kid did that. But the way my daughter said they came on the bus and they said they're going to get cops involved and this and that and that and that. I'm like, was this something nasty? Y'all broke? Somebody broke on the bus? She was like, no, they took like the chairs or something. I'm like, how the hell would somebody be able to do that and the bus driver can't tell who did? How? I know, I understand he got one job to drive and seat front, but still, like
it's like the situation with my daughter. He didn't want my daughter to go on the bus. You know what I mean? That's not my daughter problem. That
Right.
is the school problem.
right.
Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? The school's supposed to do all the paperwork. The school never did their job. But you want to penalize my daughter by telling her she cannot be on the school bus and she cannot this and cannot that, and you're not supposed to refuse that.
Right.
That was at the beginning. So when I go to the school and you know me, the school just didn't do their job. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, the incident with the girl on the bus, you understand, there was another story with the girl complaining about people do hard things on the bus only for she turn back and say she's sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the story on the bus?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? She start up something
Right.
and then want to accuse the kids them and then turn
Right.
back and say she's sorry
Yeah,
afterwards. You know what I mean? And then the dean them in the school want to call every parent and say
Yes,
it's your child.
yes.
And I'm like, well, how is my child? But then, you know me, asking the school driver, what do you saw?
Right.
But because your child is black,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He
It fit
want-
the description. Exactly.
right? It fits the description.
Yeah.
But then when you find out it's none of the black children did it.
Exactly.
You know the thing hurt me?
That was crazy. That was really, really crazy. That I forgot all about that incident too. And my daughter was scared shitless that time, and she didn't. That was the first time she ever been to a dean in her whole life. She was
Yeah,
scared.
but
She
but
was
wasn't none of
traumatized.
our black. The girl made up the whole story.
Yes. That's so crazy.
She made up this whole
Made
thing.
them had the right freaking
Letter,
letters and everything.
every single thing, yes. And she made the whole stuff up against our black kids.
Yep.
And then when she's done, she's gonna say she's sorry, and we
Yeah,
must just
yeah.
accept it like that.
Yeah. Yep.
So I told the superintendent, I said, listen to me, if you go to the bus stops, I said, I know it's out here doing this. Just go to the bus stop that picks up the train to Louis Armstrong, and then you're gonna hear exactly what goes on in that school.
Right. Yeah, them kids is crazy.
Yeah. But I'm glad that our black kids don't be involved in anything.
Yes, me too.
You understand what I'm saying? But
Thank God for that.
yeah, because you know how it would have gone.
Act up and show out.
Yep, man. All right, man. Yeah, man. Cool, man. Now, as I was saying in the meeting, there are a lot of fights that goes on in the school and we don't know if it's being recorded. Like I told the superintendent, if she go at the bus stop and ask the parents what goes on in this school, she will be surprised. Now, I'm at the bus stop right now having a conversation with parents. And we're talking about the young kid head that was bashed into the glass. My daughter don't know about that. But the superintendent is behaving as if like she knows everything that goes on in the school. But this recording here is exactly what I'm telling the superintendent. Just listen.
The teacher made a statement,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, can you recall making that statement to the teacher? Because the teacher made a strong, valid statement that, from what I heard, that you told them that you didn't mean to choke the person. I'm only going by what the statement said, right? Because I'm not making this up. I'm just saying what they say. You didn't choke the person. That you didn't choke the person, and whatever else she said. From
You
what I
apologize.
said. Now I'm going to ask you. You recall that conversation with the teacher?
No, sir.
You don't recall that conversation.
No, sir.
So I do want to just clarify in physical education and in the realm. I'm also certified in physical education. I've coached at various levels, so I appreciate the athleticism. We've had great conversations about you running, and I've competed at national levels. I've competed at the collegiate level. I've coached at the collegiate level. I've done all that in between. So the concern of being angry and getting upset during an athletic event, right? And being in a game and having that emotion. Those are valid emotions. The concern here is how we're expressing those emotions. We can all, and I'm sure that he just spoke about your athletic competition as well and your athletic experience as well. That is the issue here, is that her words to the teacher was that she was angry and frustrated at the call that was being made during the game. And there are rules and procedures that we have in place inside the classroom that says we want to prevent from those emotions getting out of control. Because again, we're in middle school, we're learning that affective development. That there were that procedure that if we cannot figure out what happened during the play, to come and get the teacher immediately. Because there are multiple games that are going on inside the gymnasium at once, right?
Well, what I'm actually concerned about is, the teacher make a statement. This is where I'm at right now, right? We understand when kids are involved or any athlete involved, how we may celebrate or not celebrate might perceive or show a certain motion, especially when you hugging, grabbing, whatever the case may be. But where I'm a little stuck at right now is a teacher make a statement, and the child saying she didn't make a statement. So that's not what she said. So I'm just at the crosswalk with that right now. With as far as that's concerned, I basically would have to. For me, I'd have to see also, like if the child parents is present, for him to show, because when we saying somebody choke somebody, with both hands around the neck, I'm saying when we say choke somebody, we literally may be talking about choking somebody this way. Now, how does an athlete celebrate when me and you already know? All right, can I just demonstrate something? All right.
So I can also demonstrate what the student demonstrates.
I'm not saying no. I said the student said he choked her with both hands. I understand that. But stand up for a minute. But also, when we celebrate, right? A lot of times we celebrate and we do this, or we celebrate we do this. Or we celebrate and we you understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at a crossroad, not understanding or trying to see that student saying exactly what happened. We just say he said he choked her with both hands. So that's where I'm a little not clear what he meant by she choked her with both hands.
So while he was down here, when we were speaking to him and asking him what happened, he did demonstrate to me that it was like this. That is what he physically demonstrated. And that's what was reported to us. I did read one of the witness statements in the original, but I can read that again. I also have a second and third witness statement that also saw it as well. The words that they used were, with Kanusha was getting mad, she grabbed and she started choking the student, and then Kanusha was begging him and pleading to not to tell the teacher. Then we have another one when that, and then this was again, this is sixth grade students.
Yeah.
So another witness
you don't
said
have to read
Kanusha
it more
strangled.
because I understand that.
Mhm.
But like I said, where I'm at the crossover with, she said they were winning. Were they losing? I don't know. I'm just going by what we presented here. She said they were winning, and she grabbed them around the neck, right? Or they were winning. I'm saying if that student was a part of her team, I'm not sure if
Yes,
she
it
was on
was.
the same team. I'm saying to myself, why would, if we're winning and we celebrating, why would I choke somebody with both hands around his neck if I'm celebrating a win?
So,
Yeah.
in as much as the team is winning, sometimes
Yeah.
you'll lose points
And that's
over the
what
course of a
happens.
volleyball game. So the team was winning the game at the time, but my understanding is that they lost a point because the refs decided that they lost that particular point, which, as Mr. Metis King, was a rise in adrenaline, which then triggered the emotional response.
But then
And as a
I'm still concerned about the referee.
The student.
student
The,
referee.
go the student referee, yeah.
Yeah, the student referees confer, per the physical education model, was the point in, was the point out. She did not agree with the call, as I'm understanding the situation, and triggered an emotional response.
You was gonna say something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, at the end of the day, they're children. They may make a choice, not a good choice. So
Absolutely.
what we're trying to do as a school is teach our students to learn to regulate their emotions. This is a conversation. This is not against you, Kanusha. You and I have never met before. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is just about learning to make good choices in a heated moment, whether it be in the physical education, whether it be outside, whether it anywhere. It's about teaching our students how to be able to make quick decisions in the moment that are best for everyone. So this is what this is about.
Yeah, because you're right. Because see, children, we have to also understand that they're not developed adults like we are.
Exactly.
So in the moment, they make certain decisions. But where I'm also concerned about was, from my understanding, what Ms. Midas King said, if you guys are saying what you're saying right now, and you're trying to resolve something this way and teach the children certain things, I didn't see then why is it warranted 3-day suspension for a child, and that's what also the public advocate was saying. Then if we're trying to resolve something, okay, why I said that is, say she did that, right? Then it's the school responsibility, like you guys are trying to do now, to sit down with those students and resolve these things and say, listen, it's like we have children, right? And one kid do something to your next child.
Yeah.
We reprimand our kids, right? But we don't go so aggressive or evasive because we understand they're kids and in the hype of sports or in the hype of something that's going on, right? So I'm trying to wrap this thing
So
around my
what
head.
you're
Why
trying
is
to
there a
what
3-day?
restorative practices? That's what
Yeah.
you're saying. So
Yeah.
and I was
So, yeah.
go ahead because
Absolutely.
that was a question
Yeah, for a
that
child.
I had asked as
So,
well.
child.
so I think it's important that we unpack what a principal
Yeah.
suspension is and entails at the school level, because
Yeah.
the word suspension is a little bit different than what we may know it when we were growing up and when we were in school. A principal suspension is a restorative model where the student attends school, so it's not like she would be out of school. She would come to school with 3 days, and over the course of 3 days, it gives her some space and it gives her some time for some one-on-one supports, to speak with our Respect for All liaison, to speak with any counselors who are designated in her support plan to speak with her, to go over the situation on a large scale. So it was a heated moment. What are some choices we can make? What are some strategies that are going to work for you? So that over the course of those 3 days, and she will get her schoolwork at the time, it will be given to her. If she has an issue, the teachers can come down and help her. So throughout the 3 days, she's still receiving instruction, coupled with the restorative conversations and the support from your guidance team, so that she comes out of those 3 days better and armed and equipped with some strategies to navigate similar situations in a better way.
Yeah, but see again, I'm caught with the word suspension, right? I understand.
Right,
I don't
it's the
know your
terms.
protocol. I don't see
Sure.
your paper like you have. Like with us, we have bulletins, notices, memorandum
Certainly.
that state if these things happen, this is what. I haven't seen that presented from you guys.
Sure.
A second, I'm going to go back
Yeah,
to
of
that.
course.
But if you're trying to give a child help, right? This is where I'm at. If we're trying to give somebody's help, right? I've dealt with adults, kids. You know, I do martial arts. I train. You know, I'm a 6th-degree black belt, so I deal with kids, and I see this all the time. The word suspension for me is a little harsh. I would rather hear you guys saying if you're trying to help children or anyone, what we're going to do is we're going to give some form of counseling or something like that. To say a 3-day suspension on any child's record is not appropriate. I don't deem that appropriate because, like I said, I don't know the Board of Education protocol if they have those words written like that. But I'm saying if you guys are saying whether she did it or not, right? We have a crisis here, right? Again, we still had that he say, she say, whatever the case may be. I'm saying, okay, what you're saying is fine as far as giving her help or any student help, but to say, oh, we're going to write down that she's been suspended for 3 days and come to school. See, for me, how we work in transit as a supervisor, as a manager, if we're going to suspend you for 3 days and you need counseling, we suspended you for 3 days. You can't be on the premises for 3 days, and we send you to counseling. You're saying now you're putting suspension in there, but she could come here. I would rather the terminology kind of change, especially when we're dealing with a child. That you're showing us as adults and as parents, we're here to help your child because maybe it did happen, right? I'm not saying it didn't, right? But how we move forward from this, this then could be the model thing that we can do to show how we deal with kids. And that way when stuff arises like this again, we said this is how we can show, this is how we did this. We counsel the child, we did this. But to use the word suspension is pretty harsh for me.
2 incidents, so I understand. We're going to be speaking about the initial incident first that had occurred on the basketball hoop, and then you had also brought up an additional incident that she was hurt. So we're going to address just the first incident today. Okay. On 11/10/23, 6th grade male student reported that he was punched in the head by 6th grade female student, Kanisha Memphis King.
Now, this incident that I put in there was the first incident. And that's Miss Penella's talking there. And like this incident, there are 2 incidents that happened. I was called an angry black man and what happened to my daughter. Now, the incident that put on the back burner from the first time with Penella, I'm showing you the pattern, was the young man punched my daughter in the chest. And the fact that the young man said he was hit behind the head. You're going to hear in subsequence what the teacher is saying, that all the different witnesses said the young man was hit in the face. So I'm just showing you all the laws that they said they are following. All of these things, it really don't make no sense because she got a suspension the first time, and I'm just bringing back the voices of Miss Penella and everybody that was in that meeting because I have it recorded.
So, go ahead. We follow the citywide behavioral expectations that have been issued by the chancellor. Within those citywide behavioral expectations, there are examples of behavior, such as this, and the consequences that go along with that, or the responses that go along with that. Within the terminology suspension, it is in the building. It is in our Project Save room with our Respect for All teacher, licensed pedagogue. Instruction goes on, so that piece is not missing. However, the large component, the restorative piece that we just spoke about, the Respect for All liaison will have conversations with the student, discussing the situation, giving the student examples of how this could have been resolved differently, speaking about what we can do moving forward in order to follow along with school norms and practices around behavior appropriateness and the way we respond to situations because as you just stated, they are not adults and they need that explicit instruction around responding to situations. I was an athlete. I understand responses to situations in competitiveness. This is a school building. The instruction that's going on is to teach children to make them well-rounded and to become productive members of society. A physical response to an emotion that made another child feel a certain type of way has to have a response from the citywide behavioral expectations. It does.
Yeah.
So in this particular situation, the child felt
Intimidated and threatened and was.
I don't want to put words.
Yeah.
He spoke on what his emotions were to the dean, and that is the response. That is the response. The social worker, the school psychologist, the guidance counselors are all here for support of Kanusha. If we are allowed to have them speak with her, per what was submitted, the family does not want our team working with Kanusha. We are still offering that. We still want that to happen, but it is.
We also have a mediation availability as well. We have to ask both parties and parents of both parties to allow their children to sit down. The victim's parents, or I don't want to use the term, the other student's parents did understand this sort of situation that occurred and was willing to allow their child to sit down. Again, both parents have to agree in order to sit down with an adult, with one of our school counselors, with one of our social workers in the building, and have those conversations and navigate those relationships.
Okay, so from listening to the young lady here and the procedures that they do, again, please forgive me, I'm the guy that always want to see things in writing, because we follow
Go back.
rules and regulation.
What do you want,
And-
what do you want in writing?
Would you like a
I-
copy
I-
of the code?
Yeah, I wanted to see
I'll go after
that, because she's saying what they did is saying in there that it requires a suspension.
Yes.
I'm looking.
That is a response. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm reading it to see if if something happened, we like counseling, all this thing could be
Yeah,
deemed
so-
possible,
Yes.
instead of saying a suspension.
Sure.
Because then the word suspension mean that is that something that we just decided to say we are suspending her, even though we're going to give her help, we're going to suspend her,
So-
instead of it saying
Yes.
in there that suspend the child and give the child help.
Of course. So we're going to get you a copy of the code.
Yeah.
You're going to see that it's subdivided in levels of infractions,
Mhm.
and there's also a context when you apply the response to an infraction to the code. So you're going to see, and you'll have the copy of the letter that Mr. Metis King would have received would indicate the infraction code. So there's going to be a range of responses, and there's also context. Is this the first incident? How did the other child perceive it? The severity of the incident in general, and you'll see the ranges. It'll be letters like A through J, K through L, depending
So
on the infraction.
that's what I'm
code.
saying. So it would be then determined that you guys make that conscious decision that I'm going to suspend her or I'm going to do this.
Based on the investigation.
Correct, based on the investigation. If this is the child's first physical altercation versus another physical altercation, if
I
it's
don't
the
know.
first time.
Did she had altercation?
All right,
before?
now who? All right, let's get there now. Now the first incident was playing a basketball game. Now, but you know, basketball game is a physical, is a contact sport. For some reason, the school is saying that the basketball is not a contact sport. So they're playing for the ball, and the elbow hit the young man. Right now, the young man punched my daughter in the chest. Right. The young man reported that he was hit behind the head. I have that documented, set up. It's supposed to be in your office also, Miss Superintendent, right? And Miss Panella told me I have it on recorded that the young man was hit in the face. I dispute that, even in the meeting here with the investigator. And Miss Panella told me in her words that she don't care. It's a face. So
Stated, I saw Kanusha trip over the student. After the game, I saw Kanusha punch the same student in the face. Witness, 6th grade, a different 6th grade male student. stated, I saw Kanusha walk up to the student and hit him 3 to 5 times on the head. I did not kick or punch her. During an interview with Kanusha about the incident, she came to my office saying, I don't want to be in trouble. Please don't call home. Kanusha stated that she was playing basketball and a boy pushed her to the ground where she scratched her knee during the basketball game. She could not identify how or where she was pushed. I asked her if she needed to see the nurse. She said no. Then she stated she got up, asked him why he pushed her. The boy stated, I didn't. You tripped. She then stated that then she pushed him back. Then he punched her in the chest. I asked again if she needed to go to the nurse. She stated, no, it didn't hurt me. She then said, my head went blank. I walked back up to him and punched him in the side of the head so it wouldn't leave a mark, so there was no evidence. A student reported that he was punched in the head by 6th grade female student, Kanusha Mevis King. 6th grade female student, Kanusha Mevis King, stated, I felt upset and I asked her for the people she was playing with. She said that it was a new group and she didn't know any of their names except for Neil.
Just before you go on, right? Just before you go on, the witnesses, right, should be discredited because what the witness said to actually what the victim said does not match up because the witnesses said she punched him in the face. The victim said he was punched behind the head. So that personally does not add up. It don't coincide. It definitely don't coincide. Now, what the victim said that Kanusha that she tripped on his foot is the same thing that Kanusha said that she tripped on his feet. So what he said and what Kanusha said definitely coincide. What the witnesses said does not coincide. So as an investigator, as a coach, as a certified USATF level-wide coach, worldwide investigating children and dealing with children, I would not believe what the witnesses said because all the witnesses said she punched him in the face. The victim said he was punched behind the head. So I would totally discredit whatever the witnesses said. It doesn't match up. In a court of law, it simply doesn't match up. Go ahead. I just want to make my point right there clear because none of the witnesses said actually coincides.
Originally stated that she was pushed to the ground, and after interviewing her once again, because after you brought up the fact that Kanusha had more injuries, Kanusha told us that she was pushed with both hands on the back. That's what her initial. Well, that's what she said.
Yes, well, yeah,
interview.
doesn't matter. No, but at
they
least
did not see her push.
No, okay.
They saw her trip over his leg.
All right. Okay, fine. She said I thought she was pushed. She said it's tripped. But what the witnesses said, right? What the witness, we can go back and forth of what she said and what he said, but it have a similarity. But what the witnesses said have nothing to do with what the victim said and what the accused said. So I would not believe none of the witnesses because they said he was punched in the face. He said behind the head. Now, if I'm playing a basketball game, and like he said, she tripped on his foot, right? Maybe that happened.
Mr. Mevis King, can I just clarify for one?
This
is Miss Sanders speaking. I just want to clarify because it is hard to understand completely what you're saying over the phone. So you're saying that the witnesses said that she punched him in the head.
No, not in the head. No. The witnesses said that how she punched him in the face.
Right. And
Good.
He's saying she punched her in the head.
Behind the head. Yes, he's saying. So
the face is on the head.
No. Don't bring that to me. No. It is totally different. Nope.
The face is on the head.
No. Nope. Face is face and behind. He said behind the head. They said in front, in his face. So that is definitely both witnesses. All the witnesses are lying right there. Because he said, the victim, remember, the person that reported it said he was hit behind the head. No, the witnesses said he was hit in the face. So please don't try to believe that I am illiterate enough to believe that in the face and behind the head is the same place. Please. I'm not that illiterate, please. I'm very, very intelligent. I'm very intelligent. Please don't bring that to me, please. Let's get straight to the point of, let's move forward, because that don't coincide. That don't coincide. I'm not illiterate.
I hear you, sir, regardless of where the punch happened.
No, not because where the punch happened. No, because if murder is murder, manslaughter is manslaughter, robbery is robbery. No. Murder and manslaughter is not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same penalty. So it cannot be, because if I said somebody shot me, I cannot go and say I was stabbed. No. I'm not illiterate. Said totally different to what the victim said. So I cannot believe the witness's statement. All the witnesses said contrary to what the victim said. All the witnesses said, I understand, but exactly said that, and all said he was hit in the face. He said he was hit behind the head. So I wouldn't believe none of the witnesses. No. Listen to me. You see, I really, it is so wonderful that I am recording this stuff. It is so good that I'm recording this stuff. No, yes, behind the head. No. They said the face. The statement that you took said the face. Yes, it matters. Because it's discrimination. It shows clearly that it's discrimination, because let's go to the subject matter.
More. You have every right as a parent to appeal the decision.
Yeah, but you're not coordinating the meeting as a fair principle. It shows. No. It shows of your biasness. The reason why you were removed from the office and sent back into the field. It shows that.
We're going to read the victim's statement.
No.
The victim says, quote unquote, then Kanusha runs up and punches me in the face. That's the victim's statement.
That's after the fact.
Kanusha's statement is the only one that says the back of the head. The victim himself says then Kanusha runs up.
That is after. That is after all the rest of people said face. He come back afterwards and said that.
They also are a punch in the face.
No. You see, this is what I'm talking about. The statement is not conclusive. The statement is not conclusive. The statement of the victim. If I go to the police and make a statement and my statement is not conclusive, it cannot.
We're in New York City Public School.
Yes, no. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. It's a statement. Is a statement. A statement is a statement. A statement is a statement. I'm not illiterate. I am not an uneducated black person. I'm not.
All right. So if you disagree with the statement, you can appeal the decision.
Yes.
But when I look at over 4 witness statements and I read the victim's statement, I listen to your daughter, and I had this overwhelming.
Can I ask one question? Please? Is the victim? What is the victim nationality? Race. Can I ask that question, please?
We don't look at that here, sir.
I need to know. I need to know the victim race, please.
I do not reveal our mission statement is here. We bring a group of culturally diverse children to help them grow academically, socially, emotionally, and physically. But
the school.
From all ethnicities, from all countries, from all religions, from all faiths, lack of faith, gender identity, all children are accepted here. We do not go on that basis here. We are the most diverse school, and we pride ourselves in that. So we're not.
No. The school is not diverse. The staff is not diverse.
Where they're coming from.
The staff is not that diverse. Please, the staff is not that diverse. The staff is not a very diverse staff.
What about the staff? I
The
couldn't hear.
staff,
They're diverse.
the staff is not a
No,
diverse staff.
My staff are becoming more and more diverse. I have one of the best schools in the city, and right now, when it opened up 40 years ago, the majority of teaching staff was white, and they're still here. A lot of them are, yes. So, but every time somebody does leave, we do hire people of color. Absolutely.
So, Mr.
But this is not about color. So this is about your daughter having an incident on the playground. And that's what we're here to discuss. So I have the victim's statement. I have witness statements that collaborate with it. When we spoke to your daughter, she couldn't identify anyone that saw him push her, that saw him punch her, that saw him anything.
But he said, the victim statement
and they
did.
all said the same thing.
Yeah, but that's the point. They said he said that after they went and reported it. Now, the victim in the initial state said she tripped on his foot. The victim said that. The victim said that.
The victim is the first person that the dean spoke to, sir. So you're questioning the order in which the dean interviewed children, and the victim is the first one that she spoke to. And you're speaking to something that you were not in the building for, so I don't understand where you're bringing this information in from.
No, because of what I am speaking from what you guys just said.
Your own.
No, I'm not coming up with my own. No, I am not. I am not coming up with my own. I am not. I am absolutely not coming up with my own, because the victim that reported it for said he was hit first. He said he was hit behind the head. That's the first statement.
I just read the statement.
We just read you the statement. He did not say that. We read you the statement.
Sixth grade male student reported that he was punched in the head by sixth grade female student Patricia Mevis King. Sixth grade male student reported that he was punched in the head by sixth grade female student Patricia Mevis King. Sixth grade male student reported that he was punched in the head by sixth grade female student Patricia Mevis King. Sixth grade male student reported that he was punched in the head by sixth grade female student Patricia Mevis King.
See, now, if I didn't have this recording, I would have looked at the bad guy. You hear everything in the meeting. That's why I recorded everything. So I can play it back now to tell you guys exactly what goes on in the school. And this is how Penella run the school. She say one thing and then she switch it up and make you, the parent, look like the bad person.
Did we just lose him? Or?
No, because that's not been happening.
It's probably recording. It's okay. So what we're looking at,
I could say that my older daughter never went to public school.
Right. So
my older daughter never went to public school because of this school.
Now, and the incident that occurred on the basketball court. We're going to keep it to the topic right now. If you have other concerns, feel free to. We can make another meeting to discuss your other concerns. Right now, this is about your daughter sitting here because of what happened on the playground. So what happened is I have the victim stating one thing, and I have at least 4 witnesses that I'm reading right now that corroborate with it. So based upon that, and it's a first offense.
Can I get a copy? Can I have a copy of the statement from the victim? That's my legal right.
You can have a copy of the statement from your daughter. We cannot supply you with the witness's statements. Absolutely not. This is not a superintendent suspension. This is not a hearing.
No. All right.
It's not. Would you like us to paraphrase?
No. I don't want to paraphrase. I want you to read exactly what.
I cannot read exactly what. That's against DOE policy. I cannot read it exactly. Because exactly has students' names in it. Has
no. I don't need a student name. I don't need a student name.
So I could either tell you, I could either paraphrase it, or we don't have to do that. That's your choice.
No. Yes, paraphrase it. Yeah.
Paraphrase. Kim? Oh yeah.
On Friday at recess, 10:45 probably.
Excuse me, Annie. Can I say one thing?
Yes.
Can she live? All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Annie. Go ahead. That's your part.
We were playing basketball, and as an opponent almost scores the ball, run up and smack the ball out their hands. As I was running up to go get the ball, I feel someone's leg hit against the back of
it directly. Okay, without
my ankle. I'm getting rid of names. Yeah, I'm
but it should be paraphrased.
Okay.
It should
Okay.
be.
The student that says he quickly turns his head to see what happened. He sees Kanusha on the floor, and
You can read it exactly.
on the floor in a push-up position, as it looks like she caught herself. So I turn around and continue grabbing the ball. Then I pass the ball to my teammate. He shoots and scores. It is our beginning on free throw line to catch the check, and punches me in the face. Then I say, "You can't play if you're gonna punch people in their faces."
Turn the other way.
She tries to say something back,
Go again. Next way.
but recess ends after I say it.
Jim, could you paraphrase the rest of that one?
That was it.
I said, you want me to read her statement? Kanusha's statement?
They can have their statement. You can make a copy.
No. Give me a copy of Kanusha's statement. Give me a copy of Kanusha's statement.
Okay, from a student.
You could just read from here also, that you typed for us, if that's easier.
I saw the girl that hit the boy in the facial for a ball. She kept on hitting the boy after the game. We saw the boy crying. We asked if he was okay, and said he went to the and then he went back in the building.
All right. Just 1 minute, please. Just stop there, please. Just hold a minute, please.
I saw Kanusha trip over the boy. After she tripped, got mad, called a foul. The student said no foul. After the game, Kanusha punched Talal in the face.
All right. Just hold 1 minute there, please. Just pause a minute, please.
Also during art, I asked Kanusha if she did punch the boy. She said, "Yeah, I did." The other boy did not assert to violence. Another statement.
I mean, that wasn't you said me. That was somebody
No.
else.
Hold on. No, what I'm saying, right?
Another student, another witness. I saw Kanusha
You have the front
walk
part?
up to the boy
You have the front
and
part?
hit him in the head. He was waiting for a pass. Kanusha walked up and hit him. I saw that the boy did not kick or punch her. He did not even touch her. He also got bruised.
So, what you gather from all this conversation, listen to the statement that they read first. Now they're paraphrasing it. If you notice from what the statement said, paraphrase, there is a lot of added material that went in there. And this is the part why I don't trust the school. Because I said in the meeting with the superintendent, the reason why I prefer to speak on tape or type out what I'm saying is because from listening to all of these audios that I've recorded and playing it back, Miss Pinella is very good at changing up things. And right here, I can put together all the changes that she made up. Now, listen to the statement as we gave before. And listen to the paraphrase. It is totally different. So, now I show you the proof, the living proof. Everything what they say in the paraphrase to what the statement said is totally different. When you're in the meeting, they write differently what you're saying to what you actually say. So that's why I print out everything and I read from what I say and then I give it to you. That's the reason why I do that.
So those are the witness statements. They decide that you will be serving a 3-day principal suspension.
I'm gonna appeal the decision. The decision.
You have every right to appeal it if you'd like.
And it shows it.
However, However, your daughter could not tell us any witnesses that had.
No. She would never do that. No. Do not accuse my. Now you are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter. And as a principal, that's against the chancellor regulation. You're accusing my daughter now of something that did not happen. Don't accuse my daughter. That's wrong.
That you have every right to appeal.
Right? And I have it recorded and this is the reason why I recorded everything that happened. Because you're not going to say what I did not say. Now, as a principal, you came out blatantly and accused my daughter of wanting to be, and you're inciting violence also, because you're trying to say that my daughter is going to intimidate the witnesses. That's from your mouth as a principal, and that is wrong.
Excuse me, I understand.
That is wrong. That is wrong.
I'm not understanding how you say that we intimidated.
No. You just now. Right?
What do you mean intimidate the witnesses?
No. You just said my daughter should not be going to and telling none of the witnesses anything. I said my daughter would never do that. No, as a principal.
I'm not understanding what you're saying. Paul, can you help me out here? Wait, I'm not understanding. I didn't say that, so I don't know what you're saying right now. Can you please clarify? It's very difficult to understand you right now. It's hard to hear over the phone. So can you?
No. You just not. No. Okay. What did you just now say to me just now about my daughter? I heard that.
We usually do 5 days for physical altercations. We dropped it to a 3-day for her first offense.
Okay.
So because I have the victim statement, I have corroborating evidence from multiple witness statements. When I asked your daughter who had seen him push her, punch her, whatever, she could not identify anybody. So we're going to continue with that investigation. Hopefully, we can get some witnesses come forward.
So after the suspension, so imagine, right? So just imagine, right? Just a minute, please. You're going to continue investigation.
I gave you all the due respect.
No, there's a no. You know, I'm so happy that I'm recording this thing. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Okay, so I'm glad you're happy. Starting tomorrow, she will begin her 3-day suspension. She'll get all her work. She'll be going.
So no, hold on. Don't I have to? Why is it if I'm appealing it, she have to start it immediately?
Appeal it, but she still needs to serve this. And
No. How could you serve something if you're appealing it? That's not how the law works.
That's DOE policy, sir.
No. But that's not how the law works. So to me, even if she win the appeal, she already served her time. She can't get back her time.
Yeah. I cannot understand you when you're.
No. I'm not yelling. I'm saying to you, how could she serve the suspension if I'm appealing it? So even if she win the case, then she will still have to serve the suspension. So we're saying no. So what you're saying, law and we're saying there's different laws?
Policy, yes.
The laws are different?
Yes, it's very different at times, yes.
At times.
Many instances when it's different.
At times the law is different. At times coming from a principal. So it's fair to say that because my child is black, that the law is different for her.
I am not going to entertain that thought. I will not go there. That is untrue. We are the most diverse school. We don't treat children because of the color of their skin. So I take great offense to that comment. Okay.
I have all of that recorded.
All right. So this is concluded. If you want to appeal, we'll give on the letter. It has where you can appeal on the bottom of it.
All right. And we're gonna investigate from your years of service. From since when you was in DOE office, why you came out. I'm going to open up a whole investigation.
The meeting's ended. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. We're going to investigate everything why you come out. As you can hear, she clearly said, serving a 3-day suspension. In the meeting, they said the suspension is in school. So you see the hypocrisy with the superintendent there, Mr. Albert there. They're saying that no, this is just a meeting. But here the principal said On her first offense, 3-day suspension, she's going to get her work at home. I asked for an appeal. She said she still got to serve it. And you hear me pleading the appeal. So even if she wins the appeal, she already served her time. So what sense does it make? And she said plain that how the laws are different with how it works and how the school works. And you hear I ask the question if because my daughter is black, that mean the rules and the laws apply differently. You hear Miss Panella on file, her voice saying these things. What are your thoughts? Just please tell me, what are your thoughts? Now, do you understand why I'm behaving how I'm behaving? They say I'm hostile. I'm not hostile. It's because I'm listening back to the recordings. I'm listening, everything that conversation that me and Miss Panella have or in the school have, I recorded it. So I can come home and listen to it and play it back. So I'm just acting on what I listen and hear on how to deal with them going forward. And that's all that I'm doing.
Very right to appeal it if you'd like.
And it shows it, you know.
However, your daughter could not tell us any witnesses that had.
No. She would never do that. No. Do not accuse my. No, you are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter. And as a principal, that's against the chancellor regulation. You're accusing my daughter now of something that did not happen. Don't accuse my daughter. That's wrong.
That you have every right to appeal.
Right? And I have it recorded and this is the reason why I recorded everything that happened. Because you're not going to say what I did not say. No, as a principal, you came out blatantly and accused my daughter of wanting to be, and you're inciting violence also because you're trying to say that my daughter is going to intimidate the witnesses. That's from your mouth as a principal, and that is wrong.
Excuse me, I understand.
That is wrong. That is wrong.
I'm not understanding how you say that we intimidated.
No. You just now. Right?
What do you mean intimidate the
witness? No. You just said my daughter should not be going to and telling none of the witnesses anything. I said my daughter would never do that. No, as a principal.
I'm not understanding what you're saying. Paul, can you help me out here?
So you see, I play back the recording again. And when she is saying my daughter trying to say that my daughter is going to intimidate the witnesses or whatever the case may be, and I'm playing it back for you guys to hear it again what she said. I jump in, but we're listening back to the audio. I should have waited a little bit more, but I still get a piece of what she was saying for you guys to hear. Now, again, you hear the double standard in what she is saying. You hear the double standard. What are your thoughts? Again, I record everything that is happening. I record everything that is happening. Everything that is happening, I record it. Just for this reason. What are your thoughts? Well, all of a sudden, as usual, whenever you hit Miss Panella with her faults, she could never hear you or understand what you're saying. You hear it again there. Even to the ending, when I said I'm going to ask for an investigation of our dealings with the DOE when she was in the office, you hear she cut off again. So every time you hit her with facts about herself, she always cut you off right away because those are the facts about her dealings when she was in DOE, all the racist comment that she would have made and all of those stuff. She's trying to play a nice guy. And that's what I keep saying to the superintendent all the time. She just played this game, but I have her in recording. And the recording is how I'm going to win my case and prove my point. So you hear again, she cannot understand what I'm saying when I'm asking her what did she actually say. That's just how she is. Don't sign anything. So let's hear the second part now, yeah. Because they haven't concluded the investigation of the second half of it because she is saying that she have to investigate the second half. I don't understand how you complete an investigation and only one part of the investigation is completed. Correct.
One-way street.
Exactly. They only investigate one part and they may investigate the other part and they already come up with a decision already to suspend my daughter without fully investigating exactly what take part And she is saying that the DOE investigate differently.
The victim and the victim get to go free.
Yes. I sure you could remember in the meeting I said, the decision is already made. Miss Penella, like, she already decided to suspend my daughter even before the investigation. Like in the second incident, because I listened to the first one, they only investigate one side of the story and don't investigate both sides of the story. So this is what I'm bringing up to you guys. This is just how Penella operates. Now, twist it all you want. I could only say they investigate my daughter because she's black, and they didn't start an investigation on the second one. So remember that that she said she's gonna do an investigation on the other one. Now, so much months passed, I haven't heard from her about that investigation that she was supposed to carry out. But here is a second incident with my daughter. She already investigated it and already punished her for a second time. But the first investigation from the first one, I still haven't heard from her as yet. How can I trust her? You be the judge. You understand what I'm saying? For what the principal said on record, that she don't care about what is behind the head or the face, because the statement that the young man gave us behind the head, for some reason Miss Penella believes it's the face. So now listening to this here again, right? So after the investigation, I got a report from the investigator, and the investigator, just like in your case, yesterday, right? On record, we have that there are a lot of information that you did not have. When you reach out to the person that did the investigator, she also did not have as much information, just like you yesterday. So it is easy to come to a conclusion of only of the information that was given to you, right? And like we're here right now, we're seeing that what my daughter did, and what is said that happened, and also the referee who's supposed to be observing is totally out of this in terms of saying what they're saying. And on the day in question, this young man could recall, right, that I said it, that I said it, make-up statements is being made, and I know it because of the first incident. Now, I can backtrack a little bit more to my older daughter. I had to bring an attorney here also. No. We're talking about.
We want what's
all right.
best for you.
Yeah.
We want
Okay.
what's best
All
for
right. Good.
Lucia.
Okay.
Let's just stay to the point. Is that okay?
Okay.
So yeah, as you'll see, sir, just to
Yeah.
you've taken some time with the document. You'll see the range of responses on the
I
right
saw
hand
that.
side.
I saw that.
So
But
for
also, it said
yes, sir.
the student support and intervention may be used, and I underline that. So when we use the may be used, it's not saying that this is exactly what should happen. What is happening is saying that, to me, is that this is the decision you guys make now. Because it said may be used. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, it don't necessarily
Yes,
have to be that.
Correct. There's
right?
a context, right?
Yeah.
This
It
is
don't-
not
it-
her first physical altercation.
That's understandable. So I'm gonna ask now, when the first physical altercation happened, what did you guys have a meeting again, or this is the second meeting?
So yeah, no, this
Or
is
what course of action was taken the
process
first
is-
time?
3 day
the process-
suspension.
The process is the same.
The first time?
First time.
3 days suspension.
Yes, and in the meeting I said as a force offense. Now I didn't get this document. I read it myself, and it's based on this document. That's why I'm fighting my case. Because I read it, right? The first time I said to the principal, I said to everyone that was in the room, this is a force offense, and you're gonna issue a 3 day suspension. As I've insert a lot of things from the first meeting into this conversation. And what they're saying at the conclusion of this meeting have nothing to do with what actually happened in the first meeting. They issue a 3 day suspension. There was no mediation. All of these things where they're talking right now did not happen in the first meeting. You heard the principal just issue, this was going to happen, that's what's going to happen, and that's it. So that's why I get everybody involved here. That's why I get the public advocate involved. I get the superintendent involved. I get you, Pastor Andrews involved. I get everybody involved. So now the tone is different. Hadn't all of you guys been involved, it would have been suspension, and that's it. All of this nice talk and all of this is just a meeting. That never happened the first time. So that's why I don't believe them. That's why they're lying, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I have everything recorded, and I'm just replaying everything what happened and everything what they said. They're just liars. They just lie. They just make up stuff. They just change up stuff. And everything that I'm giving you guys here is for you guys to listen and be the judge. That's what I'm saying.
And just and to the first incident, and I know we're focused on the second incident, but just again to give context, there was no misconstruing about the fact that the child was struck. This is not a hug. This is not confused between a hug. The kid was punched, sir, for the first incident. So just to
Punch
clarify,
or elbow, because I heard he said
punched, sir.
That's not true. That's not what the child said.
So we're not here to discuss that incident.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
know.
letting you know that there was a first physical altercation. This is not the
Same
first
child?
time. No.
No.
Different child.
Again, it was elbow behind the head. What they seem is totally different. My wife was in this office, and what my wife said, this woman wrote something totally different.
I wasn't here at that meeting, sir.
Whoever was there wrote something totally different. I can tell you that. Because what my wife said in the statement on the phone that is recorded was totally different to what was written. I can tell you that.
Can I just say something, and it's a sidebar? There has to be, you have to trust that we have the best interest.
No, you don't, because you didn't have the information yesterday.
Well,
So the
I have
school,
it now.
correct. So then let's go to the trust.
But-
Right there, I lose my trust. The public advocates were on the phone.
Yes. And
Good.
they-
So
and one
even
thing-
the, no,
And
don't
one
get me
thing,
wrong.
but wait, I was talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing that one of the public advocates said is that even though, because she had two rambunctious kids, she said kids sometimes may not intentionally do something, but it is received by the other party in one way. So we have to be mindful, and our goal here, because she's going to be with us for the next 3 years, is to gain your trust, but you have to give a little to get a little. Everything is very oppositional, and you have to trust the process a little bit, and you have to know that when we ask students to give a statement, they're not being coached, they're not being guided, they're writing what they saw from their perspective, right? So and I said this yesterday, there could be 3 people seeing an accident, and everyone's gonna say something different. So we're not saying that, what we're saying is that the preponderance of evidence leans one way. And we can, I think, and I don't know, and I don't wanna speak out of turn, but we can negotiate, right? How you would wanna handle the restorative practices that she gets. But from what I understand, you don't want the school to deal with or have conversations or support her. So it's very hard, because we can never really get to what the expectations are with Kanusha if you don't allow us to.
And I'm not going to allow that, because I don't trust the school system.
The school system
No,
in
I don't
general?
trust this school system.
And I want to say something to you as the
Yeah.
superintendent of District
Yeah.
30. This is not the only school if you're not happy with it.
No. No. My daughter's finishing her years at this school. She's not transferring to anywhere. But I'm saying to you now that I'm a human being, and I've already, right? There's a lot of distrust in the school. Now, again, as there's a lot of, okay, you're here now. Okay, this is your first. We are here around the table now, and I'm sure, I guarantee this, sure, if you were here the first time, present, the situation would have been much different. I can assure you that. I can look in your face and tell you that. But I come to this school minimum of 4 days a week, and there's a reason why I come to get my daughter at this school 4 times a week. And the energy, like Mr. Andrew said, in the office, right, is not your superintendent. You get your respect. But the pretensive when you're around, That's not the reality. And if you go, what I needed to do, visit the bus stops. Please. I know it's out
The
of your
public
jurisdiction.
bus stops?
No, the bus stop that comes to the school, right, in Queens. Visit the bus stop. Just off your own and talk to parents. And then all what you're saying about this school, you're going to think about it a different way. Just visit the bus stop. That's all I'm asking you. I'm not going to say.
You know,
Just visit the bus stops. Now, as you hear again, as I said in the meeting, I cannot trust a school because of what I've been through. And as I said, and you're going to see, I was end up being barred from going to the office, which is retaliation from what I told the superintendent. So after this meeting with the superintendent, 2 days after, I got a letter. Now this is what happened. If you check the letter is dated from the 28th and signed by Miss Panella. If you check on the letter, you're going to see that how it was premeditated for me to be suspended from going to the office. Now, the meeting was on the 29th with the superintendent, and the meeting with the school where the superintendent ended up turning up is on the 30th. The letter was issued on the 28th. So you see what I'm talking about. They issued a judgment before. Now, after the fact, they give me the letter, but they didn't understand the date on the letter was the 28th of May. So you see what I'm talking about, about the system. And like I said, if the superintendent was there from the very first time, things would have been different. But she is not in control of Miss Panella. The superintendent have no control of Miss Panella. The fact that the superintendent went into a meeting with myself, Pastor Albert, and 3 public advocate representatives, and no information whatsoever upon this case, nothing she had shows how much rule and control Miss Panella have over her. Shows she manipulates the system. And like the first incident, they said they're going to be an investigation of the second incident. All know this is a second incident with my daughter. They get a verdict. Cannot get an investigation from the first incident. And I'm hoping that with the incident that Miss Panella called me an angry black man, that wouldn't go uninvestigated. And then they only deal with the investigation of my daughter. So this is why I told the superintendent I cannot trust the school system. Not IS 227 school system. That's why I'm saying that, because of exactly what is going on. So you see, everything that I'm saying is in line with everything that is happening. Because as I said, these recordings, I listen back to them. That's how I build my case.
I'm sitting there and I'm listening, we have a parent who's not happy for whatever the incidents may have occurred. And in my mind, I'm sitting there as a pastor, took myself away from that, and I put myself in the spiritual realm at the moment. How can we make that parent happy? What can we do to make that parent gain our trust, right? So there is some course of action that me as a pastor have to make my congregants trust me, right? So I'm like sitting there like, how can school gain Mr. King's trust? Based on what's going on, from a first incident, 3-day suspension, the second incident, another 3-day suspension. And I'm asking myself also as a parent, I try to put myself in your guys' space, and I'm like, what hope can we give both of them? Because we need to gain their trust, because you just said the child's going to be here for another 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And guess the word that's looming very harsh for Mr. King, the fact that the first time she was suspended for 3 days, and now a second time she's suspended for 3 days. And I'm looking like, when it first
But it
happened.
hasn't been decided upon, right? This is what
This is
the-
just to decide.
it hasn't.
This is a seek to
It's not
suspend.
something that has happened yet, right?
Oh,
We're
okay.
talking right now.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a pre
I got you.
meeting for the suspension.
Well, my prayer is that you guys are going to do the best thing that's possible. And by doing that, I think that Mr. King will trust your guys, because we can see just from his action how he's not trusting the system. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to pray and believe that you guys are going to make it where Mr. King will trust you guys, and then he will at some point give more leeway for you guys to do what is necessary to help his daughter.
We could definitely do that. However, I also need Mr. King to know that there are gonna be moments, and I say this respect, that Kanucha's gonna make not good choices because she's a child.
Yeah.
So, and with that being said, there has to be a way that we can remediate and have those conversations with her and deal with her in a better way. However, I don't think the school has been allowed to, because it always gets like this.
Well, I'm going to talk to Mr. King. I promise you, listen. That is my job. I will talk to Mr. King. But like I said, I think a lot of it is hinge on how you guys respond to Mr. King, for Mr. King to make certain decision. Because we know, as parents, based on who our children is going to be around, we do have that, not trust factor, but when we see them do certain things or perform certain things, then we kind of let our guard down and say we can kind of trust them. You understand what I'm saying? Because we don't take our kids and put them anywhere if we don't, if we find there's a war. You know what I'm saying? I will, go ahead, let me let you
No,
say.
so the supports intervention, we're very thoughtful in terms of matching the proper support and intervention.
Yeah.
That document there's a range of consequences. And the term suspension, the traditional, your understanding is what's called the superintendent suspension, where the act is so egregious that the child does not attend the school for a number of days and they have to report to an alternate site as a consequence. That is not what we want for her. We want her here. We want her to be part of the community and value the community. We do not want her out of the building, because how do you teach someone to value a community by completely removing them? The principal suspension gives her space to reflect in the building, remain part of our community, have a consequence for a poor choice, but also receive the supports in the building as part of the community so that she can grow afterwards. That's what we're trying to put in place.
Now you hear the first part, when Miss Pinella suspended her for 3 days. You heard that. That's what this fight is all about. So for this young man to be nicing up things because the superintendent is there, and that's what I'm saying to you. Even the energy in the office. Like I said, after this meeting, I cannot go into the office anymore. It's the same thing they do all the time. Now the superintendent is their supervisor, so they're gonna be nice. Okay? I have a video to show you guys how I've been treated in the office. I have that video. So all this nice talk about they want her here and they want her there, why they suspend her the first time? That's Penella. That's how she ruled, with an iron fist. Now all of a sudden, this is just a meeting. This is just this. This is just that. All the things are nice. We want her here. We don't want her there. So why suspend her the first time? You guys be the judge.
So based upon the statement, they decide that you will be serving a 3-day principal suspension.
I'm gonna appeal the decision. I'm gonna appeal the decision.
You have every right to appeal it if you'd like.
And it shows it.
However, your daughter could not tell us any witnesses that had.
No. She would never do that. No. Do not accuse my. Now you are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter. You are accusing my daughter, and as a principal, that's against the chancellor regulation. You're accusing my daughter now of something that did not happen. Don't accuse my daughter. That's wrong.
That you have every right to appeal.
Right, and I have it recorded and this is the reason why I recorded everything that happened. because
And that's
you're
fine.
not going to say
You're
what
allowed-
I did not say. Now, as a principal, you came out blatantly and accused my daughter of wanting to be, and you're inciting violence also because you're trying to say that my daughter is going to intimidate the witnesses. That's from your mouth as a principal, and that is wrong.
It's going to be a problem for Mr. King. It's going to be a problem. Just listen to just what you're saying, and like I like her response better than I like your response.
What-
I'm not taking
No,
because
no, no.
she's saying this is like a prelim. The decision has not been made yet, and that's the reason why I put down may be used because it say that it gave a leadway. It didn't say this is definitely what's going to happen. Otherwise, when we write documents, we say this is the consequences for this. This is the consequence. It said it may be used. So I'm just praying again that you guys are going to make certain decisions that's going to be at least meet Mr. King halfway, where Mr. King will release his daughter to you guys and say, I'm going to trust you guys. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that based on how you guys.
This is
go.
a document that I received from the school about.
I'm not going to read that.
All right.
I'll
All right.
see that. I'm just saying.
No.
I'm trying to deal with.
As you're here, right? As we're on the topic, right?
So I just wanna make sure that, so that we end the meeting in a positive way.
Yeah.
So what is the outcome? That it be totally erased? Is
No.
that the outcome you're looking?
No.
Okay,
I
I just wanna be clear.
I don't know what Mr. King is looking for. I'm looking at the incident that took place, right? Based on both parties. There's an incident that took place. But I'm like, for me, I would rather, I'm not the decision maker here. But I sit there and say, I don't know.
But even if we reduce the days, let's just say hypothetically, right? Because Panella's not here, we have to take her into consideration. But even if we reduce the days, would he then let her come to school, and so that we can work with her? And that's the key, which he said no. And that's the thing. Every time that there's an incident, he gets so upset he doesn't.
I don't
really
get
hear-
upset. I don't get upset.
Okay, so
I read and understand, and I consult with elected officials about the way forward in every single way. And as this document shows you plain, Francisco Moyer's office, the public advocates, right? And that is one of his personal bill that goes on in the school about the punishment that we're doing to our kids. And as I said, in his present, the classroom to prison pipeline is being used in our schools. And that's exactly what the public advocate is campaigning for this up and coming election. Some of the things that happen. Now, I'm not saying that if a child do something, nothing should happen. I'm not going to favor my daughter because my daughter know as a coach, we follow the coach's line. And I'm not going to pick up for my daughter if she does something wrong. Pastor Andrews knows me very, very well, and he know as a parent, right, what I stands for, right? But looking at the reaction and the way how the school staff deals with things, and that's what I'm going to say, reiterate it again. Had you been here from the first time, things would have been better. But how this school under Helen Ponella handled things is totally the opposite of the guidelines. And I'm going to say that again. You're here now, so the tone is going to be different. You're the supervisors.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Going back to the paper again, because I love to read. Range of possible discipline is one way of resolving it. The other way also says supports and interventions.
Correct.
I am for supporting interventions. That's where I am.
As are we.
As our way, Mr.
Yeah.
Metis King has said no to.
I'm for
supporting
that.
interventions.
Because the discipline said range of possible. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was still stuck with that suspension. I was stuck with somewhere of conflict resolution and counseling. That's where my mindset is.
Now, if this had said that, if this letter that I got from the school had said what you're saying, counseling
but
or
we're-
whatever,
and
I would have.
just a second. And
Yeah.
That letter just came as formality is what they do. We're here
Yeah.
to
And this
to-
is where it matters.
yeah, we're here for conflict resolution and find out what is the best possible course of action we can take so both parties is happy when we walk away from here. That's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to push my religion on people. Everybody have their own religion, you know. But at the end of the day, we also have to follow protocols. You understand what I'm saying? But decisions that are being made is also made by us, and we say what are the best course of action that we're going to take. That's how I'm looking at it, and that's why I read the paper, and I always look at wording. You know, word makes it different. Maybe we can do support and interventions, or we can range of a possible disciplinary. So that's where I'm at. All right, now you guys and Mr. King.
So that's
will
what
have
I was
work
getting
something
to.
out. I
So
know.
if we are gonna just lay out some possibilities. But at the end of the day, you need to allow us to work with Kanusha. And when I say us, I mean the school, because I'm not gonna be here, right? I have 42 schools, I'm gonna be in another school probably. But I want you to be able to understand, if you want your daughter here, and you said you did, that she's gonna finish here, then you have to also bring the energy, because how we enter a space is how people also respond sometimes.
Absolutely.
So,
but the energy from outside of the office
That will
from
be-
day
that
one.
will
okay, so I'll deal,
They'll address
I'll
that.
talk,
Right? Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
talk about that, but I also, I like, I'm a parent too, right? I'm a grandma too, very proud grandma 3. So I just wanna say, how we enter is important. I always enter a space positively, and I always enter a space, with the benefit of the doubt that I'm gonna be treated well. If I see something, then I might, I'll read the room, right? But you have to trust the school at some point, and I know that that's an issue, and we're gonna work on that, right? Because a relationship
And I'm
takes
gonna
work.
help you work on that with him.
And I would
I
love
will,
that, so
I
if you
will,
could
I will.
give me your contact, that would
Yeah,
be great, and we
yeah.
could talk with the school. However, we're still with the issue. So, and I don't wanna talk out of turn, because at the end of the day, I'm leaving, and it's gonna be them that are here and dealing with what is. So, what I'm saying is, without totally eradicating everything, would you be okay with her getting support interventions?
Yes. And
No. I'm gonna seek. I prefer outside intervention. I am not
Andy.
gonna
But
allow.
but sir,
I am
Andy.
not Albert, Miss Coach,
Then you
Mr.
hold our
Albert.
tight.
No, Mr. Albert, Mr. Albert. I respect you. You know that. You know, I have total respect from you.
But Andy,
Right.
the reason I understand what you're saying,
You,
but
you
the
understand
reason
what I'm
why
saying,
I'm
right?
saying,
You know,
okay,
no,
we-
because here what happened in the regulation, right? Every parent, you gotta understand this here. I deal from the national level, colleges, high schools, and so on, right? On this matter, right, from the first matter, as I'm saying to the superintendent, had she been here, right? Had she been as if the superintendent was here in the first place, we could have gone through this in the first instance. This is the second instance. I am not gonna trust the school to deal with my daughter.
Okay, Andy.
I'm gonna seek outside counseling for my
There's
daughter.
nothing wrong with that. Hold on for a
That's
second,
all
Andy.
that is gonna
There's
happen.
nothing wrong with that. But the school have here in black and white. We know we deal with black and white when we
Yes,
talk about-
yes,
hold on
yes.
for a second. And if the school is saying then, okay, we want to maybe do conflict resolution, that's perfectly normal. That's not counseling your child, and they're showing or giving ways of how conflict can be resolved. And for some reason after that they will also assess the behavioral assessment and stuff like that to see where children is. It's not like they're counseling your child like you take into a physical counseling therapy or something. It's not that.
USATF have that course that I go through with my kids
I know,
them on a regular
but I know,
basis.
I'm not saying no,
Behavioral power, how
but
to
I'm
deal with
saying-
conflicts.
Yeah.
Right? That's
but
part of
also-
the safe sport.
Yeah, but Andy,
All right.
I'm just saying to you
Mm-hmm.
this. You're going to do that with your child on
Yes.
the outside. That's okay. But there's something that the school do on the inside with the children. They're not medicating the child enough. They're just giving class
No, no,
or
no. I
talk
don't.
to the,
Nope. It's not going to go on my daughter's record. Nope. It's not going to
It's
go.
not about record,
Um,
it doesn't go
the,
on
what's
the
go-
record.
what I will support is the other child parents, right, along with myself and the neutral person with the two kids them, like whatever, and you know
But
me.
do you understand the amount of energy?
No, 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 no,
for-
not me. No, just
no,
me.
no, no. I'm
Uh,
just saying it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of time. And what we're trying to say to you is, as a school, we are responsible
Right.
to develop. If you read the mission and the vision, it's part of our responsibility to develop all children. And right now we're talking about Canushan specifically. So you have to allow us to be able to.
No, not gonna
so
happen.
this is why it becomes
Andy,
difficult.
Yeah.
Andy.
conflict resolution.
I am not.
Listen,
I'm
I'm
going to
saying-
seek it outside, past
Yes,
Andrews.
Yeah, I'm saying conflict resolution again is like let's talk TA because I could talk to you about
Yeah.
TA. And you know I'm a chaplain.
Yeah.
When we do conflict resolution, it's not a matter of something on your record. What is that? It's not a matter of something on your record to to make you seem like a monster or something like that. Conflict resolution has to deal with you're just saying that we take a course, basically that's what it is in transit. You take a course for, something that happened, so, you're just saying, at least I went through the course so I know how to do it later. It's not anything on your record that's gonna blemish your record, that's gonna be so. You understand? Remember, I was management.
Yeah, I know that.
And this is how we did this when we
Yeah, but
dealt
this
with
what I do too.
we did that
Every
with
once a year we got to go
I'm
through
just
that
saying.
transit. Yeah. But
I'm
what
saying,
that's what
you
I'm saying
brought-
to you now.
You brought me here.
Yeah, but yes, for a resolution.
All right,
Correct.
and I'm
correct.
saying, really and truly, she said it. Read the room, the energy. I'm seeing them. They seem to be looking to not do this suspension thing, but to do something else for your child.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna, as I said to you, right, as a parent, and I respect you dearly. You know I have all my respect. I am not gonna change my stance on the school, and I'm gonna look at the superintendent in her face. I do not trust this school staff. Now the energy and the stuff with the superintendent present is totally different to what is the norm. Albert, you come in this room with a total different atmosphere. You understand
Can I
what I'm
just
saying to you,
say-
right?
but-
And I so
But this
welcome the
is-
superintendent
but
being
to me,
here. But
this
I'm
seems
gonna
like
see.
it's the
I'm gonna
first
see.
time we're having a meeting.
If I may, I've never
Right.
sat at a table with
That's
Mr.
what I'm
Metis
saying.
King, so
That
I
seems like it's
just,
the
I
first time.
wanna
That's what
be clear that I
Right.
am speaking from, protocol and policy. I wanna make clear that things have been, spoken about and information has been provided
Yes.
from the beginning of the school year. We're not coming out of the blue and holding anyone accountable to something that was not already established as norms in our building. Again, I'm expressing that we have explicitly taught how to respond to situations. Our children receive information from their teachers, from the other adults in this building, to grow them as humans, to make them good people. We cannot have an emotional response that ends physically where another child feels intimidated or is potentially harmed. We can't have that.
Yeah, but at the same
So
time.
for, if I may
Let her finish
finish,
up.
I apologize.
Yeah.
What we need to establish beyond trust is that Kanusha is here with us. And all the other 1,599 children are here with us. And we are here to grow all children. And in order to grow the children, we need to spend time with them. We need the people who are licensed and certified and trained in social emotional learning and growing children to have an opportunity to speak with Kanusha,
Be involved with
to
them.
give that information to her, to show her examples, model positive behavior, model positive reactions, to talk about emotional regulation, to talk about what does it look like when you're feeling a certain type of way. I am not saying it's clinical. I am saying it comes from an educational perspective. We have many people in this building who would love an opportunity to sit in a room and go over conflict resolution. and to express what is mediation. Mediation, you come to the table with people who have two different opinions, and you may walk away from the table friends, you may walk away agreeing to disagree, but get along. These are all things that we would like to be able to do, but if the parent is not willing to meet us halfway, it's very unfortunate, but we can't.
And moving forward, you know, we can't keep thinking about what was, but let's move forward from here. What is and what we want to do.
Now, all this fancy talk, right? And they're trying to actually tell me to my face that my child have a behavioral pattern problem. That my child have a behavioral problem. Now, this is during a game. This have nothing to do in the regular classroom where she's acing. This have nothing to do in the lunchroom because she's mannerly. It has nothing to do on the school bus. It have nothing to do with anything. All this have to do is my daughter is athletic. She plays a sport. She's passionate about the sport. And all of a sudden my daughter have a behavioral problem. Now there's so many fights in the school. So many fights in the school. Those kids don't have behavioral problem. No, my daughter is not in no fight. It's not a fight. They're making this look as if it's a fight. She got to go through counseling. I will never allow that. My daughter is playing a game. The referee didn't see anything. You see all of this talking, and up to now you didn't hear the referee part. When it comes to my daughter, nobody sees anything, but they sees what she does. You see, if you listen to the whole thing, I know this is over 2 hours, but I have to stretch it out. Because anything that happened to my daughter, no, you haven't heard the referee part up to now. With all of this talking, you haven't heard one statement from the referee who is actually watching the game. And then you want me to believe everything what these people saying? Really, guys, you be the judge.
Well, I'm just going to listen. Like I said, I heard you guys, and I'm hearing Mr. King, and I'll just sit here now.
No,
And
but
you
the
guys-
thing is, we've already been, it's been over an hour.
Mhm.
The meeting has to come to a conclusion, and I don't think that he's gonna back down on what he's saying, so I'm gonna say this. Think about it. We'll reach out, and we'll see, we're gonna give you what we think after discussing and after presenting. We'll present you with what we're thinking, and then we can have another conversation. But at the end of the day, you really do tie our hands, because you're not budging from, you're not gonna let us work with her. And she is a student of Louis Armstrong, and if you want her to be a member of this school or of any school, you have to release her to the people that you are entrusting her with the hours that she's here. So that's how I'm gonna end the meeting right now. And Kanusha, it was a pleasure meeting you. I hope to see you in better terms next time, okay?
And to conclude
So
with,
she doesn't miss anymore, can we send her
Yes, yes,
upstairs?
yes. Go on,
Send
Kanusha.
her- Kanusha,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Yes,
All right.
ask Ms. Sifka for a pass to class, okay, honey?
And to conclude that also, as I said to you, the school have the email from the 2 doctors. Because as I said to you that I was taking her to physiotherapy from since January because she's complaining about certain parts hurting, but I never realized that she was involved in these type of sports in the games in the school. So I'm taking her to physiotherapy thinking that is the training, is the trail, change her boots, change her sole, compression socks and all of these things, but not realizing thing like volleyball is not good for a track and field athlete. Right?
So you sent a letter?
Yes, I emailed it. It
Do
was
you know
emailed.
to whom you sent it?
The same person that sent me the email for with the letter.
That would have been mine. But
Did you
Mel was
read-
also on it. I never received it.
All right, hold on, just yeah, all right, yeah, I could look at it.
Just send it to.
I never received
Okay, well,
any
just resend
documentation.
it, please, that way.
Isn't this a pattern? Nobody never received the email that I sent. I've sent so much to the superintendent. I can go on and on and on and on. But for some reason from me, they never receives it. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny? That's the reason why I brought in Francis Moyer office, public advocate. I brought in everybody. So they are receiving my emails. They are seeing my emails. But for some reason, the superintendent and IS 227 never received my emails. So Francis Moyer office received all my emails in this incident from the 14th of May. And for some reason, the superintendent don't receive no email from me. Neither the IS 227. Yet still I send it, those same emails, to all these different people, and they receive it. You guys be the judge. Please be the judge.
We make sure that we have it on file. And we'll get back, we'll discuss
No
this
problem.
further,
We
but
can
I
just-
appreciate.
Yes, yeah, and also, when are we gonna address?
It is online. Just
Yeah.
So-
When are we gonna address the, as you're here right now, as I went to your office, when are we gonna address of maybe calling an angry black man in this office outside there?
So when I heard you speaking, you said that she said you were angry.
Right?
She said you were angry.
That's
She
the
never
first.
called
That's
you
the
an
that's the
angry black
first
man.
time. Nope, she did. The first time she said, "Why?" She said.
Why are you so angry?
"Girl, that I said, excuse me. What did you just say?" That's the first thing she said. That's the first thing she said.
Yes,
Right?
but
That's the first. She said that, and I
understand.
picked up the phone in the office at the same time. The
But
security
she's not
guard.
calling you an angry
No,
black man.
no,
You're
she's
adding those
no,
words.
I'm not.
But
I'm
she
not
said
adding.
you're angry.
Nope, I'm not adding the words. The security was right there and
I
in
even
front of
wrote it
everybody.
down.
Yes.
She said you were angry.
Nope. She said I'm an angry black man. She could have changed up her word. I made a phone call in the office in front of the presence of everyone and reported it to your office exactly what she said. And
Yes, but when you were talking here, you
Yes.
said she said I was angry.
no, that's the first thing she said, the first time. And I said, excuse me, what do you say there? Because I'm defending my daughter.
But
She said
used the words to you. You are an angry
no,
black
she
man.
said nope. She said I'm an angry black man. She said the word I'm an angry black man. She said that. She said I'm an angry black man in this office.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I can't.
Correctly?
listen.
Correctly?
And-
She
and
said I'm an
that's-
angry black man.
So we would have to get in statements for that day, so
Yes.
that we can get. Okay, that's another.
And this young man was present. And if you said that didn't happen, we have a bigger problem. He was right there.
I just want you to know that as a principal, those are very extreme, harsh words.
And that's what she said.
So, okay. Don't worry, it'll be reported because
Yes.
those words have to be reported and put in, but, we will talk about that.
Thank you very much. Yes.
I'd like to ask.
I'm getting the mayor involved. I'm getting the mayor office involved. I'm getting everybody involved in this. Everybody getting involved in this.
Okay.
Also the
That's
media
your right,
getting.
sir. You can
Also
get
the media. I'm getting the media involved in all of this. This ain't going countrywide. This ain't stopping right there. This ain't going all over countrywide. The media getting involved. They say this whole thing we're gonna know the truth of exactly what happened. We're gonna know the truth of exactly what happened. The media, CNN, everybody getting involved in this. Everybody getting involved in it. They say going countrywide. This ain't stopping right there.
Okay,
No.
is there any questions you have for me? You have every right to do what you want to do. Are there any questions you have for this table or for this meeting right now?
Yes, I need to know. I need to hear the second part of what we spoke about. The second part.
So that right now is because I called your daughter and Kanusha will, and she'll let you know also I spoke with her after you sent me those pictures. I spoke to her about what happened because when it initially occurred, she was asked at least 3 times if she was hurt or she needed to go to the nurse.
At least 3 times she was asked. She said she wasn't hurt. She didn't want to go to the nurse.
No,
She didn't know if there was
no,
there
no.
was no
But
signs of
punch.
physicality.
Sometimes when you
They
get
saw
hit,
it
you
on
know.
her.
Sometimes when you get hit,
So,
sometimes you
but
don't
when
feel it right
I don't
away.
know,
You feel it
sent me
afterwards.
those pictures of a rag over her breast saying that she was hurt. So I
Yeah,
am going to now
no. That's my
investigate
wife.
that.
That's
We
my
have
wife.
doctor's records for
My
that.
wife wasn't administering whatever happened to her. My wife was
Okay,
administering that.
you want me to speak it? Or
Yes.
because you say,
No.
do she have records of do you have any records of that? After she's asked.
Yeah, it's in your phone. It's in your phone.
No, she's saying how you sent her pictures of KU breast.
Yes,
there, and
that's the
you
same
have
pictures
records
that
of-
you took out when you was administering the PKU. That's the same thing.
If you want to know if she see the doctor.
Show her it.
No, if you want to see the medical records.
I mean, I don't need to see them. I just want to know if there are medical records.
Yeah, medical
But she
records.
didn't study school. She didn't tell us she was hurt.
Sometimes we get in an accident, right? A car accident, and we say we ain't hurt. And after the accident, with days after, then we start feeling pain. It happens all the time. It's not.
But at the same time, she told me the same.
No, because it's almost after she came home.
She told me when I heard of the incident and she came home and she showed me it and I took pictures right there and then. And they showed I saw the bruise on her foot, the bruise on her feet.
Yeah. Exactly. You're the mother.
So that case is under investigation currently, and there will be consequences according to the citywide behavioral expectations. The same as this meeting was held according to the citywide behavioral expectations. The consequences were given thereout.
All right, Andy, I think they make it adjourn now.
All right, we make it adjourn without the other half. I'm so glad I'm investigating this. I record this here. I'm so glad because everything is gonna go. When the media want what happened, everybody's gonna get exactly what happened. I'm so happy that I'm recording this. I'm so happy.
All right, you have that right.
And I'm gonna appeal it, right? I'm gonna appeal it also, and I'm gonna go right down every single thing. Why the school is not diverse, the teachers and everything gonna happen, everything.
All right, Andy.
All right, good, cool. Now, good day, everybody. So, my name is Andy Millis King. So since the principal at Louis Armstrong called me an angry black man, and I have the elected officials involved, the whole tone of the school have changed. So today, I went to the school, and the security guard told me that the assistant principal is going to have something for me. So, she brought out a letter and gave it to me, so I asked her what was it for. She said I have limited access to the school. When I come to pick up my daughter, that I do all the time, I talk to the security, and the security, they're going to call her down, they're going to bring the book out to the security, and I'll sign there for my daughter. So I would like you, the elected officials, to tell me if that is legal. That's number one. I haven't opened the letter as yet, so I'm doing it on camera. So I don't know, all of a sudden, I have limited access. I don't know, I'm going to write the superintendent a letter to find out what's going on, if this is legal. And then I'm going to consult the relative authorities. So here now, I'm opening the letter. Now, I call this retaliation. That's what I call this, retaliation. So, this is the letter from Louis Armstrong. Right? Dear Mr. Millis King, I have been advised that on May 14th, you precipitated a serious incident at the school that required the involvement of the school safety agent. That is a lie. That is a lie. As a result of this incident and your previous visit to the school, which also results in safety concern, that is another lie. That is another lie. I am establishing the following procedure effective immediately. If you wish to meet with me or any other staff member, you must call the office to make an appointment or to arrange for a telephone conference. Upon entering the building, you must register at the front desk. I always do that, and remain there until a staff member comes to meet you. If you regularly drop your child at school, please bring him or to the front security desk. Appropriate arrangement will be made to direct your child to class. If you regularly pick up your child from school, please go to the front security desk and remain there. Appropriate arrangements will be made to bring your child to the security desk. If you unexpectedly need to pick up your child, you must call the school prior to arriving. Upon your arrival, please go to the front desk security and remain there. Appropriate arrangement will be made to get your child to the security desk. We are committed to continue to work with you and to assist you with the concern you may have. However, we must also assure the safe and order. Now, this is fabrication. This is total fabrication because they are lying. None of this happened. So this is why I open it in front of you guys. This is a lie. A total lie. And for signed by Miss Helen Pinello to say something like this because she called me an angry black man, she's saying that something happened in the office. Now, how could you call me angry black man and I mustn't say no? So this is a makeup. This is a lie. This is a lie. I can tell you this to your face. I can watch at anybody in the face and say, everything here, it is a lie. Pinello lied on this letter. That's why I open it in your face. She lied, and this is what she does all the time. But because the elected officials are involved, right, she has been pushed back to the wall. And she don't like that. She don't like to lose. I told you guys, all the emails. She don't like to lose. So because I have everything that I'm doing, the elected officials are involved. She don't know that. So all of this is a lie because if I go to the school, the elected officials know. Anything I do, the elected officials know. So she don't know that. So this is a lie. This is all a lie, that Pinello. Because she had to call in the security. That's a lie. The security went to the office. They make it up. The security was there. But this is what happened. Because I said the security was there when she called me an angry black man. That's why she's making it up. Because they cannot cover it up. Because I'm going to call out the security. Because he was in the office when she called me an angry black man. So now, guess what? She's trying to make up a story about the security. There were witnesses. She cannot lie about it. So this is retaliation. This is our last trump out of trouble. But it is going to go far because I'm recording everything and I'm going to post it. Everything here, everything that she wrote here is a lie. And this is what she did to my daughters. And again, as I'm telling y'all, even the superintendent, what Helen Pinello wrote here, it is a lie. And she continues to make up these lies and tell you guys, it is a lie. Everything here is a lie. I conclude my story and I'm going to fight this. I'm going to send everything to the elected officials and let them know that everything that Helen Pinello wrote here, it is a lie. She called me an angry black man. And the superintendent is not investigating it. And I'm going to go to the length and breadth until something is done. She should not call me an angry black man. But she never thought it would have gone this far. She is lying. It is a lie. Now, it's one thing to tell a lie or to accuse me of something. But when you're going to lie on me, like she's doing to my daughter, then I have a problem. Now, what I'm doing, I'm bringing out everything that happens at this school. Now, I already have a video. I'm going to show you guys that when I go to the office, how they treat me. Right? They don't come to me. Right? They send somebody else. I'm going to show y'all that video. I have that video already. So they're too late. So this is to show the length and breadth that Miss Helen Pinello goes to lies. Because There is never one day that I've disrespected the security guard. I always sign in at the front desk. There's nobody that can go to the office without signing in. So for this letter to have all of that, and I always call the school anyway to pick up my daughter. So these things here that she have it already happened. If I'm not picking up my daughter, I call the school and tell them put her on the school bus. So everything that is here, I do anyway. Now this is what happened with Miss Helen Panella. I'm supposed to be a thug. So I'm supposed to fight her in the office or want to fight. I didn't do that. After the incident, I supposed to go, she thought that I would go back at the school and make noise. I didn't do that. I never show up at the school. I let the elected officials do all the communication. This is another thing. Instead of I bring a highly professional pastor and deacon who is recognized by the United Nations, I'm supposed to bring a talk to the school. I didn't do that. So I'm supposed to go to the school and with thugs. That's what she expect. But I'm a man of principle. I'm a coach. She must be expect me, Miss Panella must expect me to behave bad. I get the elected officials involved. So everything that Miss Helen Panella had in her head for me to do, I did not do it. So if you look at this letter, the date, since May, today, it is June, the 5th of June, the 28th of May. So this letter was pre-written since May, the 28th. Right? So she thought that I should have come to the school and cursed down. I never do it. So you can see today's the 5th of June when I got the letter today. The 5th of June. And the 28th of May, this letter was written. So it shows that she expected me to be of a certain type of person. But because I work with the elected officials and I work with a certified deacon, you know what I mean? I'm not supposed to do that because of who I am. And that's what I'm telling you guys. What happens at this school. I'm just bringing out to you guys what happens at this school. So this is a clear retaliation. She premeditated this letter that I must come to the school and want to fight. I did not do that. I would not do that. But that's what that's why she called me angry, because she thought when she tell me I'm angry, I would have not called the superintendent office right away. Like when she tell me I'm angry, like I'm supposed to do something else, but I did not. I'm smart, Miss Helen Panella. I'm educated, Miss Helen Panella. My daughter, her GPA is over 3.7. She's smart. She's supposed to be struggling in school. Miss Panella, my kids, I teach homeschool my kids. Right? I'm smart, Miss Helen Panella. When you call me an angry black man, you expect me to retaliate then. I pick up the phone and call the superintendent office immediately. So all of this that you say happened, never happened. So if you lie on me, the father, I'm the father, I'm the adult. You called me an angry black man. You told me that. So if you're lying on me to my face, that's why I'm telling people you're lying on my daughter. And now it's proof that you lies. It's written here. The lies. The lies are written here. So Miss Panella, had you apologized and said you're sorry, you would have never been able to write lies on this letter. But they perceive me because I'm black and I'm a Rastafarian, that I'm supposed to be a thug. But I'm not a thug, Miss Panella. I'm a coach. And I'm a father to my children. And a respected father. That's who I am. I'm not a thug. For your information, I'm not a thug. What you expect of me, you will never get it, Miss Panella, because that's not who I am. Alright? So Miss Panella, thank you for this letter. Today is the 5th of June. This letter was written the 28th of May. The meeting with you was the 30th, and the meeting with the superintendent was the 29th. So this was written before the meeting. So you had your plan, Miss Penella. But it didn't work. It backfired. I remember that. And the meeting is recorded. All the meetings with you, Miss Penella, is recorded. So I have you on tape saying the things. So Miss Penella, and I also have a video of how you guys treat me in the office that I'm going to show the entire country. Good luck, Miss Penella. Good luck. Nice try. The 28th. The meeting with the superintendent was the 29th, and the meeting in your office was the 30th. So this was written before that. You premeditated it. Nice try. Thank you very much.